What's up with it? What's up with it? It's your boy, Big C Holmes, back with another episode, man. Hey, if you watching, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for me. Subscribe to the channel, man. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all, if y'all watching, I appreciate everything, but go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget. Hey, today, got a good episode, man. I'm here with the OG Keith, man. Mac, man.
What's going on with it? What's going on with it?
Good, man. How you feeling, man?
Oh, man, I'm great. I'm great, man. Every day above ground is a good one, and it's even better to be out here on the golf course. You already know.
All right, I appreciate you taking the time. Me and OG, we met on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy that you be so close to people yet so far away. You know what I'm saying? We probably didn't walk past each other many times on these golf courses, ain't seen, you know what I'm saying? But it's always good when you start meeting people, and then when you do see them, now you really recognize them. Hey, what's going on, man? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, man, I appreciate you taking the time, man.
Yeah, man. I had like you said, we met through a Facebook group, actually.
Yeah.
Golf group on Facebook, and I started seeing a lot of content that you was putting up, especially when you was out at the driving range, getting your practice in. And I was saying to myself that, you know, Big C's doing the same thing that I'm doing because I had a channel as well, and I video myself trying to get better at golf. And then when I saw some of the interviews that you're doing, I realized that this is something that we really need to be trying to do. Really try to, encourage other people that come from our backgrounds to embrace this game. I think a lot of people, a lot of my friends, none of my friends golf, right? Like none of them, right? I'm always trying to get cats out to come to the driving range or whatever, but they always kind of think that it's a sport that is outside of our,
And
out of our circle.
and it's not.
It's so not.
It's not. Well,
It's so not.
What's your background? Where you from? What's your background, man?
Well, I grew up in Inglewood. I'm from here.
Inglewood, up to no good.
Right. Shout out to everybody out there in the wood. So I grew up right around the corner from here. We're at Chester, Washington right now. So I grew up right around the corner from here. You know, same old thing. No, my story ain't too much different than anybody else's. I took a few bad turns, got gobbled up by these streets. I'm a 70s and 80s baby, so I kind of came up right in the heart of, what Los Angeles is kind of known for, gangs, drugs, the whole street culture. So, I kind of came up in that and, took my licks or whatever. And at one point, uh, I just decided to take up the game of golf. I was looking, I've been pretty athletic all my life. Not that I played any organized sports or anything, but I'm one of them guys that be in the park balling all day.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was something to do. I turned 50. I was about to turn 50 years old, and I said, man, let me try something else. And maybe meet some new people. Kind of get away from, kind of associating myself with my past. You know how it is. You kind of grow up and you get past things that you used to do.
Yeah.
But your friends are still the same. You know what I'm saying? So everybody kind of, this dude here, he got a half a foot still in the streets. This dude over here, he's married, but he's still trying to seam down. You know what I'm saying? You kind of find yourself relying on who you was 20 years ago, and that's never good if you're really trying to make a positive change in life. You got to change everything. Man. Change your environment. Don't mean you got to turn your back on where you came
Exactly.
from. But your every day got to look.
Got to look a little different.
That's kind of what drew me to golf, right? I kind of had made a decision that I was going to do something different with my life late in life. Never feeling like I'm out of it or nothing.
Yeah.
And decided that I needed to try to kind of try to change my surroundings with more positive people and maybe find somebody that's like me. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that might have been through some things, took some bumps and bruises, and then found this in this whole community, this golfing community.
That's what I was going. Yeah. So it was nobody in particular, like you just said, I'm finna go to the golf course.
So what happened? Facebook again, right? My little homie, his father passed away, rest in peace, and he was doing a garage sale to get rid of a bunch of his dad's tools. And I'm looking through the pictures on Facebook, and I see some golf clubs. in the picture. Then it hit me. You know, I've been talking about, I want to learn how to hit, whatever, whoop. So I hit him up. You know, how much you gonna charge me for the clubs? He's like, oh, gee, you can come get them for free. So I went and got the clubs, and then I had to use them. You know what I'm saying? It was like I was obligated. So, you know, we went out to the local driving range and tried to hit a few balls. My kids, one of my kids was 6 at the time, and the other was 10. And they used to go out with me and wanted to hit. So I ended up buying them clubs and lessons. And I used to just stand behind and watch. And so when the golf pro was telling them, you know, turn your hips, keep your eyes on the ball, keep your head down, I'm listening. And doing the same thing behind them. So, you know, kind of fell in love with the game once I got out on the course. You always hear people say, you know, golf is a metaphor for life. You'd be like, yeah,
whatever,
but it really is. It really is. When you get out there, you realize that, you know, you got decisions to make about who you are, how good you are, who you are. Like, damn, what I tell everybody else. How do I really do this? And how much risk you're willing to take in order to prove to yourself, as opposed to being safe.
Absolutely.
These are all decisions, you know, they're life decisions. And you get to make these decisions 18 times in a 4.5-hour time period, right? And it kind of gives you that, you know, remember, you know, golf is about rote and repetition, right? It's about muscle memory, you know, learning how to hit a particular shot and then trying to duplicate that as much as possible. Most of us don't duplicate it very often.
Man,
right? You know what I'm saying? I'm hitting 3 out of 10, right?
Yeah, that's a hard game, man.
But, you know, it's just really about practice, rote and repetition, muscle memory, training yourself to do a particular thing. And then, you know, that's how you get proficient at anything. Brain surgery, you know,
everything.
Accounting, you know, whatever. So, you know, I kind of fell in love with the game. I'm pretty introspective, you know, just based on how my life has been lived, you know, the last 30, 40 years. So I'm always kind of reassessing myself and, you know, picking new challenges and that type of thing, trying to redefine myself. And golf really just kind of puts everything in perspective. Plus, and this is the real important thing, it allows you 4.5 hours out the day to not think about nothing else that's going on in the world. Right?
You can't.
You can't.
You cannot.
You know,
you thinking about something else while you on this course. Good luck.
Good luck, partner.
Good luck, because you need to be you need to be focused on this shot, then the next shot, and then if you're thinking about, you got to get
calling, getting home, the kids. You got to pick the kids up from school. I didn't have so many bad rounds because I had something else to do, and that was on my mind instead of trying to hit this ball 160 yards and set it up on the green.
Man. So coming up in Inglewood in the 70s, you know, did golf even, did you know anybody back then playing any golf? Did it even cross? Because this is pretty much the only course around here. Inglewood, Gardena, Compton. Well, you know, the guy had one back there in Compton. But did you happen to cross any paths about the game back then?
So funny that you asked that. So again, you know, like I said, I'm from Inglewood. It's directly behind here, like, you know, half a mile west of here. Directly behind where we are right now on the other side of Western, a lot of people, they have to be kind of older to know because Southwest College is right there. Southwest College used to be a big oil derrick called Devil's Dip. It's like big hills.
Ride your bike in there. We hit our bikes in there when we was young. We rode them bikes down in there too. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm a Devil's Dip kid, and coming from the wood, from the back end of the wood, we would come straight through Holly Park, and you know, somebody would cut a hole through the fence at the back of the parking lot right here, and we would ride our bikes through here, and you know, old men be yelling at us,
"Get out the way!"
Man, we were so bad, man. We were so bad. I'm quite sure some OGs that's still around that can remember
Kids
chasing a hole, but like 11, 12 of us all
riding
on
through the
little
golf
swing
course.
through the golf course on the grass,
That's crazy.
trying to get to the other side.
Trying to just get through here, not thinking about this game and what's right here. I'm just rolling over these holes, riding through to here. You wasn't even thinking of that.
Green grass. It's a park, man.
This a park. This ain't got nothing to do with
Western Avenue Golf, man. We didn't know nothing about no golfing, man, because that's what this used to be called.
Western Avenue Golf?
Western Ave Golf, Western Golf. Big old sign right out there. But yeah, so I grew up, right here, coming through here, knew it was a golf course, never thought that it was for us. Same thing with Jesse Owens Park, right? It was Sportsman's Park when I was growing up. We used to go swimming, at the big swimming pool.
Yeah,
dive, used to flip on the hill right there. And if you go to the back to the parking lot of Sportsman's Park, you got Maggie Hathaway.
Yeah.
Par 3.
Yeah.
I never knew it was there until I was 50 years old. How about that? Didn't never know who Maggie Hathaway was. Never would have thought about it. But that's, because of it's kind of out of our culture, right? And we need to kind of normalize golf and the kind of golf and the black golf movement kind of went hand in hand with the civil rights movement in Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? Like these people, Charlie Sifford and Maggie Hathaway, and these
from
people,
right here. They right here.
Right here.
They from right here.
And this was the spot, man. This was the spot when Maggie was, giving Jim Brown and them hell, talking about why you up here, at Griffith Park playing with the white people. All the brothers, all the, affluent blacks in Los Angeles was playing right here. You know what I'm saying? We kind of let it go. We kind of, we don't embrace the game like we should. But there was a time when, blacks in Los Angeles kind of embraced this game because it was looked at as a sign of affluence. And of course, this is where you come to do your networking.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you still have that, not so much the affluent part, because, golf is a lot more affordable nowadays. It's a lot more accessible to us, as a culture of people.
Yeah.
But we don't embrace it because we don't see the straight, especially kids. Kids don't see the straight path to being a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? You don't see getting out of high school and going straight to the PGA. What I would say is we're in a different era now, right? And this is kind of going to a whole nother area, but I think that I laugh. In the group that we're in, we see a lot of arguments about PGA versus live players.
The live, yeah.
And I say, both are going to be, they're going to become obscure because YouTube golf is bigger than both of them. Like, really. There's more monies, more accessibility. You don't have to be, shooting a scratch player.
Yeah.
You can be like me. I'm a 20+ handicap. Man. You know what I'm saying? But I can make content that people will gravitate for because you become part of the journey of me getting good.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Like for me, you got a certain group. Like I'm gonna watch your content. You from LA? I consider you an OG. I want to know what he doing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's you are what I want to make. That's what I want to do. I want to, when I'm his age, I want to be playing. I want what he talking about, because that's what we, saying. We look at all the other stuff, but when we see us, and especially somebody that's around that come from the area we come from, it's more interesting. Even though I'm looking at everything, I want to see everything, but it's interesting. Like I said, with you, it's interesting. I was saying the other day, I love running to. I love when I'm around older Black men, and I ain't saying you older, but just older than me, not older like that. You know what I'm saying? But and when you at the course and sitting down, playing with y'all, sitting down, chopping it up. I like hearing the stories. I like hearing the background. I like you telling me you come in. I didn't even realize this was called Western golf before. You know what I mean? I didn't realize that, but you just saying, I want to hear them stories because that's interesting to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And, again, like you said, it makes the subject interesting, right? When you hear it from somebody that you can identify with.
Yes.
And they're doing something that is so unlike what you identify, right? Like, again, none of my homies play golf. And it's funny because I post a lot of golf videos.
None of your homies play?
None of them. literally, I made a post on Facebook. Hey man, do any of y'all play golf? And crickets. And I had 1,200 friends on Facebook, and it's like my Facebook page is not a social media page like I'm trying to grow it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I got 1,200 friends, I know all of them. Right?
And none of them play?
None of them play.
That's wild.
Right.
That's wild. Usually
so funny. So it's so funny that cats my age, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who kind of came up with me.
Yeah.
I post a video hitting a good shot, and the cat will say in the comments, "Oh, so you playing golf now? Please, LOL." And I'm like, bro.
So that's why
Really?
you got into the golf pages. None of your folks was playing.
Well, I got into the golf pages because I was too cheap to pay for lessons for myself. Like I said, I paid for the boys.
Yeah.
And then when YouTube golf started getting kind of big, I'm a YouTuber. I've had a couple of channels on, different subjects. But I started watching a lot of golf content, and I started seeing that I was watching golf content to get instructions. So
that's exactly
looking up, your stance and your grip.
That was my next question.
Different swings.
How did you learn how to play the game?
YouTube.
Yeah.
Literally, I've never had a golf lesson. So YouTube golf, I'm watching for lessons, and it kind of leads you down a rabbit hole, and you start seeing some of the other content, Black Birdie Golf, what's the guy's names? Bogey Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Does Sports.
Yeah.
And then, you get to even the higher, well, Bob Does Sports is real big now, but, the GM golf people and, Garrett, all of these different guys that are, now they're being endorsed by Callaway and Titleist, right?
Yeah.
And I said to myself at one point, because I was, getting to the end of my legit career and was really looking at retiring, but still wanting to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And so the digital media thing, I'd already been kind of dabbling that. And so now I wanted to kind of try to really understand the algorithms, understand analytics, everything behind the scene. And what I realized is that there's a lot more popularity in being entertaining than there is with just being good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta be,
So like I just rattled off 4 or 5 YouTube golfers. If you ask me to name 2 PGA T golfers versus 2 lives, I would struggle.
Yeah.
I know Bryson because he just won.
And then and that's where I know for myself, probably you as well, coming from where we come from, we kind of draw the line of shucking and jiving, you know what I'm saying? Then just showing some content, talking. I'm not, we're not gonna get out here and make no fool of ourselves.
Well, no. So
you know what I mean?
So the thing, this is just my philosophy, right? This is how I think that you get popular doing a golf channel or any kind of content, is you have to have a particular purpose, right? Like I'm trying to make a point, whatever that point is. And then you have to make it palatable, right? You have to look at who is your audience and what is it that they like. So, my audience is not going to be the dudes in our Facebook group who are arguing about PGA players, right? They're going to look at me and they're going to see me hitting, slices and errant shots and, making jokes with the homie or whatever. Me and you golfing and we talking shit to each other or whatever. They will see all of that and they'll be like, this is not golf. What is that?
Yeah.
But our audience is not that. Our audience is a dude that looks like me or you that may have been through some things and is kind of trying to understand what is the fascination with this. So we're going to make it palatable. It's going to be hood. We're going to, talk crazy and joke and, man, I'm about to smack this baby.
Man, for real.
We're going to talk like we talk.
Like we playing football and basketball.
And that's going to make it palatable to somebody like me or you that's watching. That's why I watch your content. You know what I'm saying? Because I see you out there and, you'll be like, excuse the language, but I know exactly where you're coming from.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that. You got to kind of today we're in a different age, man. We're in an age where uh, when I was growing up, I always say this, right? I'm from Inglewood. I'm 15 minutes from Hollywood. I never thought to be an actor, right? People come from Iowa to come be stars, right?
Mm-hmm.
I never thought about it because I never think about it. I never think that it's possible. I
Yeah.
mean, like, you don't think of me like that,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
all the things that you have to do in order to be somebody,
Mm-hmm.
right? All the lucky things that have to happen, the hookups you have to have. You don't need none of that now. It's like making a record, right? You used to need the record companies and all of that,
Yeah,
big
you don't need
advance demo. You don't need none of
none
that
of
now.
that now.
All you need is whatever
A,
equipment that you need. With us, it's a
phone,
camera,
a
a
phone,
phone.
an iPad.
Come on, man.
That's it.
And green feeds.
And let's roll.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And then just get out there and do your thing. And you'll be surprised at how many people will come along with you
Mm-hmm.
on your journey, right?
Yeah.
Just because they see you doing something different than what they expected, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what they expect me to do. Yeah, I'm a G dude from Inglewood. All right, yeah. So get him on, one of these Vlad or somebody and talk about gangbanging in LA. Man, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do something different.
Something different.
So when you see me out there hitting balls, like the homie say, Cho, you playing golf now? But you saying that, but you noticed it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And I know you seen the next video too, even though you didn't
comment. Yeah, even though you didn't say that about it. Yeah. Because my thing is I think they really want to get out there and play. But in your mind, either
like it's not for you.
It's not for you. You can't. I had a buddy I just did an interview with, my boy Jay Slope. Found out he played golf in high school, right? Now I knew this dude since I moved from the east side, moved to Gardena. He was like the second dude I met, probably about 10 years old, about 11 maybe. Grew up. We played hoop, played football, baseball, went to the pool, hung out, got to high school. When the fuck you start playing golf? When? Because we was together a lot of the time. Why you didn't tell us? Shit, y'all was gonna tease me if I told y'all I was playing some golf.
Yeah,
what?
Kids feel like that.
You know what I'm saying? Probably we would have. You know what I'm saying? You never know, but I feel like if you would have told us, some of us might have been like, "Hey, we want to play too." You know what I'm saying? But you didn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? But he was playing. I probably was the only person now at the time that I knew ever was playing that back then. I think I got introduced to it maybe once or twice by a coach. Playing some basketball, and they was like one time was like, "Hey, come, want to go to the range and hit some balls with me?" I'm like, I'm sit in this car and wait. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? But no, that go out. And that wasn't even, we didn't even have no phones or nothing back then. You just sat in the car, turned the radio on, and laid back until he was done. But
you didn't even know what you was missing.
But yeah, man. So playing this game, what challenges have you faced playing this game?
The game, right? Hitting the ball, right? Hitting the ball. It's a trip, right? Too. I was thinking about this last night, man. I've been playing too long to have the handicap that I have, but again, it's because I don't practice, right?
Mhm.
Or I hadn't been practicing, so I just really just been getting out just to be getting out and being out here and kind of enjoying it or whatever, and not really paying attention to trying to take strokes off my game. But that has been the hardest thing is hitting the ball consistently and then accepting the fact that I'm not good enough to be mad at myself about bad shots.
I hear you. Somebody just told me, man, one of the young homies, man, he's a pretty good player I was playing with. He just said, he's like, man, our expectation is so high for this game. How can we really have these high expectations for this game like we do? One is because we've been so good at everything else we done done.
Right.
We done been good at basketball, football, baseball. We've been good at being in the hood. We done been good at everything we've done. And then so our expectations for this game is like, what?
Yeah, because you're good at everything that we've been good at everything we've done, and all those things have required somebody else. This is just you by yourself. Like if I can't believe in me, who I'm gonna believe in. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's always that, man. I get frustrated, man. I got so many cussing videos, man. Taking big chunks out these people's golf course.
Man,
Talking about divot.
what's
Wow.
what's your, what's your best score so far?
95.
Hey, it's a I was looking at something a couple of weeks ago, and it had the percentages of worldwide, the percentages of people who play golf who break 100, who break 90, who break 80. Percentages is small.
Yeah, I think something like
You breaking 100, it's
3%,
yeah.
3% or
When you
something
get
like
down,
that is
man,
breaking
it's
90, right?
yeah, it's small,
Yeah,
small.
real
You know how
small
small that is for the
for the
world?
world.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
Cause that's my goal for the end of this year. That's I've been playing. I didn't play even like the last 6 days. I think I didn't play 5 days. The last 6 days, my kids was in town. We played Father's Day for 2 days. Then I played in a tournament. So I've been playing, but my goal for the end of the year is to try to break 80 by the end of the year.
Yeah,
Try to
yeah.
break 80
It
the end of
can
the
be
year.
done. It definitely can be done,
You got
bro.
to
Because
put
you
that
got a
work
great
in.
stroke, man. I've been watching your videos. Never seen you play in real life, but it's the same thing. And yeah, I got to say that you got great speed, great power. You're pretty much keeping the ball straight. Uh, I know my big thing is, of course, consistency.
Consistency.
When I hit the ball pure, I hit the ball very well, right?
Yeah, I didn't see you hit the ball well. I didn't
Yeah,
seen it.
yeah, way out of the what the chart says I should be hitting at
Mm-hmm.
my age and at my handicap, right? I'm almost 60,
Mm-hmm.
and but it's the consistency, right? And then I know that the great leak in my game is my putting, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm missing 3 footers, and I put a video up the other day, man. I hit a 160-yard par three. I put it 5 feet from the pin and missed the
Mr.
birdie.
Putt, Mr.
Missed the
Birdie.
birdie by 5 feet, and then hit the par for 7 feet or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Like, come on,
Hey,
man.
that's another thing. It's crazy because them long putts, you get a 25-foot putt. You ain't got no fear of that. You like, okay,
Nah,
let
because
me
you're
get
just
this.
trying to get it close.
Boom, roll that motherfucker up. Be right next to the hole. Oh yeah, go
Right.
by that's in. You get you a 2-foot putt for birdie. 2-foot putt for birdie.
And you do like old boy in the U.S. Open.
When Rory did that, that let me know, you all right. You gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It happens. You sitting over this thing. Don't miss this birdie putt, and don't let you be gambling with the homies that day. Don't let it be no
It's all
money on the
bad. It's the
line.
pressure
Uh,
bust pipes.
oh my god. Oh my goodness, boy. And they sitting over there looking at you. Before you walk up, they already telling you, you're gonna miss that anyway.
Yeah, man.
They
They
already in
all
your
in your
head.
head.
Look, when you playing in the PGA, ain't nobody talking to you like that. You got a birdie putt. Everybody quiet. Everybody just walking up. Your homies, you playing with your boys. Hey, you ain't gonna make that anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's all in your head, man. This game will mess you up,
Yes,
man.
it will.
This game, but this game probably the most humbling thing I've ever done ever in my entire life.
Yeah, it'll definitely put you in touch with yourself.
have you questioning yourself, boy? What am I doing? Why am I out here? Why am I doing this? Why am I spending my money on this when I can spend my money on something else than to get me mad
But
every other day?
that one good shot that we're talking about, though, right? The 3 out of 10 or whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
whatever your numbers is, right? That one good shot is what brings you back
Oh
every
yeah.
time.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
It's so satisfying, right? To hear that dunk off, especially off an iron
Off an
shot.
iron,
Oh
nice and
God.
chipped it. Hey, have you ever? I'm thinking about. I mean, as I playing and playing and playing. I ain't talking about early on, but like I don't know the last time I had a bad 18th hole.
I don't know the last time I've had a good 18th
Yeah,
hole. How about that?
that
I'd be so
18th.
burnt out by the 18th hole,
It just
especially
seemed
up here.
it just seemed to me that 18th hole is the one that be like. Then you be like, man, why I couldn't do this shit all day? Why I couldn't do this all day today?
I played here last week. They paired me up with 3 Asian guys, and we had a good round all the way to the 18th. And I was in the gully, and then came out the gully and hit short, and then hit a tree, and then put it up on the ground. I think I triple bogeyed that. Matter of fact, I didn't even finish the hole. I picked the ball up. I missed the putt and
He was
picked the
like, you
ball
just
up. It
picked
was
it up.
like, hey man,
Good game.
good
Thank the
game,
nice
man.
player
I'm
with
out of
y'all.
here, man.
Do you remember your first experience on the course? Your first 18?
Yeah, yeah. I
Where was it at?
It was at Apple Valley Golf Course,
Okay.
and I had been on the range maybe about 2 weeks hitting balls, and there was a guy who had been out there. He had seen me out there maybe 4 times, and had been giving me, lightweight advice or whatever. But he was out there hitting too.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out he was hustling, right?
Mm.
He was looking for a mark, but he offered to take. He was like, we was talking or whatever, and he was like, yeah, when you get out there, it's different from the range and these mats and da da da.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
I haven't been out yet. And he's
Yeah.
like, what? Like, man, I see you out here all the time, man. Come on, man. Paid for my round and took me out there.
Yeah.
And man, I think I might have had a 10 on the first hole or something like that.
That
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that get.
But
that.
it was fun.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
Got that
I was
experience.
nervous. I got the nerves out. Kind of got used because that's half of it. Being kind of embarrassed of what you're gonna do out there, who's looking at you, whether you're gonna look like you know what you're doing. You know us, we always gotta look fake it till we make it.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we always want to look good. Whether it's the drip or your stroke. You
gotta look good. That's us.
So yeah, you worried about all that stuff, but when you get out there, you realize that don't none of that matter, man. Don't none of that matter. The only time that you even really worried about your shot is when you're playing with your homies and you got some bread on the line and they're gonna clown you. If you got a cool little group. When I was up in Apple Valley, we had a group of it was like the only 7 brothers that really played at this particular course at Ashwood.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Nice course out there. I love it out there. And we used to play every Saturday. It was a whole mix of us. You had a school bus driver, you had a college basketball coach, you had a accounting professor, you had a preacher, you had a kids basketball coach, a dude that coached at the junior high school, and my dog ass bringing up the rear. And I used to hate to see us out there, man. We used to book two tee times back to back and just play all 7 of us. White people used to hate us out there.
That.
But we would always be, the only thing that we was doing that we shouldn't have been doing was all of us teeing off at the same time, playing that meeting in the group. But we wasn't out there, bumping music and, smoking pot and, whatever, right? We was, really out there representing.
Yeah.
But it was a bunch of us.
Yeah.
And then they ended up getting used to us because we'd be out there every Saturday.
Because we coming. You look at us, we coming to play. We gonna come play. Yeah, man, this game is it's taught me a lot about myself. I think it's calmed me down a lot. Just thinking about, even in life, like man, just calm down, man.
Right.
Man, calm down, man. You know what I'm saying? Some of my family and friends would beg to differ, but my family and friends, they always tell me, you need to calm down. I need to calm down.
They don't recognize the change.
They don't recognize the change, man. I have calmed down. Cold part is about when y'all don't need me to calm down, you come, hey, can you, now you want me, now you want the gorilla to come out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you didn't want me the gorilla to be out there. Man, nah, I ain't doing that. Nah, how about that? I'm not doing it. But this game it's just mentally focused and just taking. Somebody asked me, I'm gonna ask you this question too. What's the most important shot in golf?
The putt.
The putt?
Yeah, I think.
Somebody told me, I said,
or the one you're taking.
That's what your next shot is the most
Yeah.
important. The one you, the
One you
next
taking.
shot. Actually, one of the pros the other day, I played in that pro-am the other day, he told me the most important shot to him was the shot after a bad shot.
Now that makes good sense.
Yeah, the shot after a bad shot.
Yeah,
how you gonna recover?
Them blow-ups to take you out of your whole round.
Take you out of your whole
One
round.
hole. Like I said, man, I didn't double park so many holes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then been so pissed off because, again, we always want to look good. And I generally golf by myself. Like I said, I don't have no real friends that play.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the people that I play with, ahead of time are people that I've met on the golf course. Yeah. And generally, I don't have time for that. I'm, okay, boom, I ain't got nothing to do. 4 hours, boom, let me roll around the corner and jump on, $30 or whatever.
Yeah.
So I get paired with a lot of people that I don't know, right? And so,
which is cool.
It's cool, right? Except when you are in your own head about looking good. You know what I'm saying? Looking good to strangers, especially us. Right?
We don't want to look. We don't want to look bad, especially when we say strangers, we mean to another race. We don't want to look bad out here because they already think.
Why are you out
and
here?
I'm not saying everybody, but they already think, what you doing out here anyway?
Yeah, you definitely get that on the golf course.
Because I've got it a lot. They don't have to say it to me, but I've seen the eye. What your big ass doing out here? Here he finna come out here, try to hit the ball extra hard. I bet he think he muscles and hitting the ball all over the place, and then you end up telling me, good shot 78 times. You feel me? Yeah, take that.
Or they think you're a retired pro athlete or something. They want to be your friend. They're trying to figure out who you are, especially if you play football, because y'all, we don't see y'all under them helmets, right?
No.
You could have been anybody.
Yeah.
They're trying to figure
out who you are, all that, man.
For the most part, especially for a guy like me, man, I got dreads and, I walk with a certain kind of swag and, bumping hip hop, I'm liable to jump off the cart with Kendrick bumping, you know what I'm saying?
That's us.
And,
that's us.
So I get a lot of, hey, what do you do for a living, guy? I get a lot of that. Sometimes I take offense to it. Most times I kind of brush it off because I know I'm not going to see this dude 4 hours. I got 4 hours with you, and after that, I'm never going to see you again in life.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't even really, a lot of times I don't take offense. Sometimes I play with them. I tell somebody, I'm semi-retired pharmaceutical rep, some shit like that.
Yeah.
But generally, you can tell when somebody is judging you, and it don't always come from the others. This is my second time being a member here. This is not the badmouth Chester, Washington, but the first time I was a member here, I just felt funny. I just felt like some of the guys that's, like I said, I'm almost 60. Some of the guys that's 20 years older than me that's still around kind of look at me like, what's he doing out here? I recognize it. He's one of them pants sagging guys, type of. You kind of get that feel. Nobody never says that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you still kind of sometimes made to feel uncomfortable. The marshals sometimes have a stick up his butt or something, right? He might be trying to rush you. The starter, then made some cold jokes. Hey, what do you mean you're waiting so long? Waiting for him to pass that bunker. You can't carry that bunker. You probably can't get it past the front tee. And like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Break, man.
Yeah, relax, man. Relax, man.
Can't say nothing, man. You 87.
Don't get no stripe for slapping you. Man. So do you think that like you said, none of your homies play? Do you think in your head you can convince one of them to start playing?
Yeah, so I think about this all the time, right? So let me say first that I'm 10 years older than the second oldest in our group, right? So I got a dime on all these dudes, and I just feel like I get to certain places before them, right? I got to the place where I wanted to get out of the street before them. Now they all got a job, right?
Yeah.
And with the golf thing, I've been golfing 9 years now, and they've all been watching me, and it went from not saying nothing to the lighthearted criticisms to nowadays certain cats be like, yeah, man, get out there and hit some balls with you, whatever, go to the driving range. And I'd be like, I got extra clubs.
Come
What
on.
I'm saying? Come on. So it's really just, people start to see that the game of golf is not what you grew up thinking it was. Because I had those same kind of prejudices coming up. Like I said, I used to come through here and be like, yeah, I wish one of these old men would. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And golfing, I'm trying to be white.
Yeah.
You think like
that.
Yeah. And then you get out here and you realize that it's something different. Also that, we are a very big community in this game. You know what I'm saying? I think that, blacks, especially black women, are probably one of the fastest growing groups.
Yeah.
In the golf game, and they put it out there too, man. They making posts and shooting videos. And,
good little. I
met having meetups. And, they doing their thing, right? And, we still out here trying to talk about if I could beat you out of $80 or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that at some point, it'll probably be my bro Frank or my homeboy Dip. Shout out to both of y'all. I know y'all gonna watch this. It'll be one of them that'll pick up a club and come out and deal with it. Other than that, probably before them, my 20-year-old, when I saw him the other day and he's been looking at videos, he's like, Pops, I want to get back out there and golf with you. And I'm like, bro,
come on.
I got clubs, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's a great, y'all pick them clubs up, man. Come play with the homie, man. Come on. What y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? The son, hey, that's a great way to spend time, man. Me and my son, he's 25, my daughter's 20, and every single time we get together, one of them, she goes to school in Arizona. My son, he lives up north right now. Hopefully he'll be moving down here in a few years. Well, he will be, because I need my grandson right here next to me.
Oh, man,
you know what I'm saying?
Is the truth.
Man, you seen him swing the club?
Man, have I? Man, the little guy is the truth.
Man,
truth.
And so you saying,
and he aggressive with
and
it too.
I just showed one of the pros, and they said the same thing. Because one of the pros, I showed them the video, and they was like, he's a phenom. Do not let him stop swinging those clubs. I showed him because he was watching. He'd sit there and watch the game with me. Golf, 1.5. Just sit there and watch. And I showed the pro, and one of the pros said he's picking up this game before he can even really express he's picking up the game.
Right.
So, but like I said, it's a good way with your son, man. Like, get out there, 4 hours. It's a difference between, talking on the phone with your son or sitting at the house chilling. That's all good and dandy, but to get out here, because I enjoy every minute that I'm out here with my kids when we playing.
Too,
it's just a good feeling. I'm glad that they like it. He ain't that great yet, but he getting there. I had to tell him, because his grandfather, my ex's father, my father-in-law, he the one that got me start playing. And I told my son, how you feel right now, that's how I felt when I was playing with him back in the day. Terrible, can't get up, you know what I'm saying? Hit a good shot, 10 bad ones, hit it. That's how I felt back then. It'll come.
It'll come. And what people will find, or what you will find surprising, is how much you'll gravitate to, how you'll get addicted, man. It's a really addicting game in a good way, because most of the effects are positive. Most of the things that you take away from this game are positive, and the only real thing that is a negative is if you can't afford to spend $40 twice a week, or if your wife is on one, right? If wifey ain't going for it, man, you might have problems.
You might have some problems.
This game is going to be in direct competition with wifey for your time, bro. Trust.
For sure. For sure. It's definitely gonna do that, for sure. Hey, man, OG, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you taking your time, coming out. It was short notice. I called him. We ran into each other Monday. I hit him last night and was like, hey, you busy tomorrow? And he took the time, came out, sit down, chop it up with me, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
and we definitely gonna get it in real. We're gonna get it in soon for
definitely.
sure.
I just want to say I really appreciate what you're doing here. You know what I'm saying? This your whole channel, your whole movement, right, is geared towards uh, inspiring younger people to pick up the game, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Like we ain't gonna be here for 50 more years, but they will.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's really about growing the game and giving young people something else that is it might be a little bit more attainable than being a star basketball player or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Because they believe it or not, they giving away scholarships for golf too.
Yes, they are.
Trust me, they are.
Yes, they
Not
are.
again. I'm not telling y'all to stop the other sports. Just come try it.
Yeah, come hit
Come
some
get
balls.
introduced to it. Come hit some balls because you just never know where it might take you.
Make it an outing. I
Mm-hmm.
tell my nephews, right? Y'all 16 years old, man. Get three of y'all together, man. I'll pay the green fees, man. Y'all get out there, go drive the cart, hit some balls or something, man. Have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy communing with nature and the camaraderie, and
Mm-hmm.
everything that comes along with this game.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you on social media too. Tell everybody where they can find you too, man.
So you can find me on TikTok and YouTube. My golf channel is Hooks and Crooks. Crooks with a K, so HOOKS and KROOKS on YouTube and TikTok, and on Instagram it's Kingfish104. Hit me up.
Hey, thanks for watching, y'all. Again, go like and subscribe, share, please. We appreciate you watching, and we'll see y'all next time.
All right, peace.
Yeah.
All right, man, that's good, man.
Mm.
Appreciate that.
Man, I appreciate you, man. Shit, I appreciate